Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Final Fantasy XIII walkthrough. We are just about to take down Mithridates. This is the paradigm setup that I've got. I think I start out here with superiority. Maybe not. Okay, I guess it's recuperation. Now, I messed with my equipment just a little bit. I know at some point I equipped the accessories. Oh, here we go. So I've got a Fullman ring as well as a ribbon on lightning. I think that might actually be it as far as equipment that I swapped in and out. So the reason why I did that was obviously it uses Levin Bolt, and that's a pretty brutal attack, lightning based. And then he also he uses miasma a lot as well. And that's just going to, dump a bunch of status effects on you. So here's a perfect example here. We've got, what was that? D-Brave, D-Protect, and what was that there? And there, Vanille almost gets dunked right away. And Imperil. So obviously this guy he's really dangerous. He's really, and the other thing is, to be honest, he's just not worth fighting right now. He really isn't. The rewards are so bad. Or the reward is so bad. Now, that being said, though, he does drop... Oh, boy, alright. So he's got a Tetratic Crown as his normal drop, and his rare is the Tetratic Tiara. Now, that's great and everything, except for the fact that you can get both of those drops from Bituitus. And Bituitus has... what is it? Something like 5 times less HP. Bituitus is something like 300,000 HP, and this guy's got like, what was it, 1.5 million? Just check here. Yeah, 1.5, almost 1.6 million HP. So again, this guy is totally not worth. A, he's not worth farming. B, he's just really not worth beating right here and now. The reward is a Blaze Ring. I believe that's the one that's going to reduce fire damage. But, to be honest, I just don't feel like it's worth it right now. But, if you want to, go ahead and try to take him down, I guess this is the way to do it. Very, very important to be able to remove those debuffs right away that he inflicts with miasma. That's probably the #1 priority. So, a paradigm actually with 2 medics in it isn't the worst thing ever. Obviously, you're going to be able to, heal yourself up and remove those debuffs at the same time. So, I guess just kind of keep that in mind. And then, I guess just easy for me to say, but keep yourselves healthy. That's really going to determine whether or not you're going to win here. Now, I'm swapping between diversity and what else do we have here? Yeah, I don't remember the first paradigm actually. But now I don't think my characters have haste here. That's the other real big issue, and that's actually really specific to this particular party makeup. Now, if I would have had Saz in here, that wouldn't have been the case. And to be honest, these 3 are really not that great of a team to be using for this. I can think of a couple of people that would probably be better candidates. As far as Mithridates, he's pretty much immune to status effects, so it's not like you're going to be able to land anything anyway, which is kind of Vanille's big claim to fame. For the time being anyway. She's got really good debuffs, but unfortunately he's immune anyway. So once again, not that great of a team setup here, unfortunately. But anyways, I decided to plow through it anyway. And here, unfortunately, now my buffs are starting to wear off, and I went for the kill instead. I really didn't want to try buffing again. So, you'll see here I just stayed in diversity, had Vanille. Hopefully she's going to remove these stat effects, because otherwise 11 Bolt is going to be, 11 Bolt with both of those debuffs on would have probably killed Lightning. And here I'm just going to use a renew to get snow back up. That's obviously going to save a lot of time for Vanille, just, you know, from healing. But here you can see it really, you know, being that the buffs are wearing off and Miasma stuck on so many times, here's where the battle really starts to get slow and a little, frankly, well, fairly dangerous. Now, we don't even have, so Snow's not alive right now. Luckily, I've got him finally back up again to try to stabilize the chain gauge, because, you know, if your commando stays dead for too long, you know, you're gonna have some decay issues on the stagger meter. But there you have it. That's that. I think it's ended up being 3-star, which whatever. And you know, unfortunately, I didn't get any drops, but we did get the blaze ring there. And unfortunately, you know, being that I was trying to go for the achievement there for the 5-star on all the marks, I end up having to come back here later on. But anyways, let's continue on here. We're basically done with the tower. I don't really think there's anything left as far as treasures and whatnot. So we'll head back up to the apex and kind of be on our way. But yeah, I mean, as you can see there, that fight's a lot of work. And granted, you know, my characters are extremely developed, and you know, we were able to pull it off. But you know, to be honest, it'll be a lot easier later on once you know, once we expand the Crystarium again and are just, you know, able to have better stats. But yeah, I guess that being said, you can take him down right now if you really want to. But alright, so let's get I'm gonna get my equipment back to kind of the way I like it. Not sure what we'll end up on here. Speed sash and yeah, energy sash. I wanted to get that random instant chain back on. And alright, so I did have a spark ring on Snow, and another Fulmin ring here on Vanille, and that just cut down the lightning damage from Levin Bolt. Alright, I think that's pretty much it. Alright, so now we're back to, I set the default paradigm back to Relentless again. That's definitely my favorite. And then here I don't know what I was doing. I know I didn't want to take this guy on again, but alright, let's get moving. We'll go jump up here, and this is the path to get to Erba. That's how you say that, or that's at least how the characters pronounce it.
Now that looks like an easier way to get where we're going.
Well, let's take it. Wouldn't want you to throw your back out climbing, old man.
You really are a charmer, aren't you?
Alright, so here we are. I don't know, I guess this is just the outskirts of Erba. I'm sure there's a name for this area, but that's what I'm gonna call it. But oh, it's pretty straightforward. odd, right, for this game? You know, straightforward path. Oh, sad. Anyways, there's a bunch of Seath coming up here. And there's the first one now. I think this one's a Taxxum. I'm not sure if that's a Taxxum or a vampire, actually. I think the vampires are typically beefier. The Taxxums are, I don't know, not too big of an issue. But I'm just gonna keep running by them. They're nothing that we haven't already fought, and you know the CP isn't exactly fantastic, so I just tried to avoid. I actually tried to avoid as many as I could here. And all right, so it's looking like down here. I think this is a vampire, right? I don't know. Can't actually tell. This ends up being a... Yeah, that is a vampire. Being that I knew that this was going to be a preemptive, I just jumped them. These battles go insanely quickly, obviously, if you are able to get the preemptives on these. But alright, so let's keep moving here. I think there's a treasure sphere down this way. Yep. Log skates. Okay. Excuse me. All right, so there's a Seath stone right here, and you're definitely going to want to activate this one. This is actually going to form a teleporter. So this is, what is this, mission number 26. So yeah, so I mean, definitely grab that. And then, oh, looks like we got a little cutscene here.
What do you mean, which is ours? All of them. They're all ours.
Yep. Everyone in the village lived together.
One big happy family?
One heck of a lot of places to hang your hat.
We're back.
So, you want to take a look around?
We'd better. Gotta find something to help us lose these brands.
That's not the only reason we're here. You're finally home. Make the most of it.
Alright, so I actually went up in here into this building, and I wouldn't do that yet. There isn't anything that we can do here quite yet, so you know, again, I would say just skip it. These Vitala, now, this is an enemy. Actually, technically, I believe we have fought one of these. If I remember right, anyway, it was down in the Mahabara secret area. And these things are they are a little annoying, to be fair. They've got a you know, they put up a barrier right away, which basically reduces you know, the majority of the damage that you can do to them. Now, once you break that barrier, however, it gets extremely easy to take them down, and the chain gauge is just skyrocketing, and that's that. Okay. Looks like a... Huh. Really want to look at these battle stats, apparently. There we go. And I got, what was that, a Tear of Remorse? Yeah, just another inorganic Seath type material. And like I said earlier, so this room is, there isn't really anything that you can do here quite yet, so there really isn't a reason to come come into here. That won't, that'll actually be kind of useful in a little bit. There's basically, I wouldn't say a mini game. That's not really that accurate, but there is kind of an optional side quest, kinda. I don't know if you want to call it that either, but anyways, kind of like a little side. Yeah, I guess it is. It's kind of a side quest, but and basically you have to go around the different areas here in Erba and actually obtain a couple of different items. And you can't, unfortunately, you can't obtain those items until we've seen a particular cutscene, which is coming up. But once you see the cutscene, then you can. So again, I guess I would just say avoid this area for the time being. And here is the cutscene, I believe. And there's all kinds of Erba's actually filled with all kinds of these little like info type things. And here's the cutscene.
Bhakti!
Friend of yours?
Yeah. You're okay. I was worried. Huh?
He wanted to say goodbye.
He's not ready for the scrap heap just yet. Bit worse for wear, yeah. Nothing I can't fix. Just need to track us down some parts.
Alright, so here's your little primer entry, and this is about repairing Bhakti. It says you need to find 5 components, and I believe they will show up on the map now. We'll see. We'll see about that. And if it wasn't obvious, this is, I believe, Vanille's house, or where she stayed. And yeah, alright, so you can see the orange symbol on the map there is one of the spots that you can interact and find one of Bhakti's parts. Bhakti has different treasures for you, depending on your different accomplishments. And actually, I don't remember those right off the top of my head, but if I remember right, some of them are like item experience. So like inorganic materials, I know, are a couple of them, like maybe a couple particle accelerators or something like that. And what else does he have there? I think he's got a couple of items that you can sell. Now, I actually didn't interact with him at all yet, and I actually still haven't, and I'm at the very end of the game. There are some, like I said, so he gives you treasures depending on what you've done. One of them is, I believe, like the treasure hunter. Once you've got the treasure hunter, that's actually probably the most difficult one to get, and that's just if you've obtained every item in the game. But once you get that, I think he's got like 5 different tiers of prizes, and again, those are all dependent on kind of what you've done in the game. So, if you want to look up a list, that's probably useful. Again, I actually didn't bother with any of this stuff right now. I just didn't feel like it was, I don't know, I'd say it wasn't worth my time, but I kind of just had planned on kind of coming back later once I have kind of, I guess, obtained or met all of the requirements for all of his prizes, and then just get them all at once as opposed to making multiple trips. Now, again, once you, unfortunately, once you've kind of obtained everything, you may find that the rewards aren't really worth it anymore. So you may want to just, check back here periodically, or, again, look up what those rewards are and what you actually have to do to get them, and then kind of base your trips back kind of dependent on that. And that was the first one. So what was that? I think a battery? Did it say a battery there? And then here's the next one. Oh, and it looks like we have to fight this group of enemies finally. Now here's a new enemy type here of the Seath, and that's the Seeker, I think they are. I don't know. They don't really seem like that big of a deal. To be honest, these all die fairly quickly.
My turn.
But all right, yeah. So, anyways, like I said, you may want to, check a list, see what you can actually get from him, and kind of determine whether or not you want to come back. What was that? Was that a cable or something like that? I missed what it said there. I was mashing the button too quickly. But yeah, kind of, I guess look at the list, see what you want to get, and I guess determine whether or not you feel like it's worth coming back here to speak with Bhakti. Now, again, I'm going to try to hold off until, I have held off until I meet all the requirements for all the prizes, and then I'm just going to grab them all at once. But, again, if you do that, just keep in mind that those items, especially the one for the treasure hunter is an extremely difficult trophy to get, and or achievement to get. And, kind of by the time that you get it, the items that you get from Bhakti may not even really be worth it anymore, or they're not really going to affect your game. So, you may want to just come back and check once in a while. All right, so the Heavenly Axis, it looks like that's Vanille's Stagger Lock type weapon. Again, those ones I don't typically mess around with. I have yet to upgrade really any of those. It's not even because they're not good items. It's just I prefer other ones, I guess. But wow, I don't know what I did here. I think I tried running behind this guy to get a preemptive, and I don't know if I just got turned around because of the camera. I'm not really sure. But either way, I failed pretty hard. And you can see here, as with all the other vampires we've fought, this thing will most likely die before it gets staggered, or right as it gets staggered. And that's just kind of the way these, typically work out, unfortunately. But there we go. It only made it to 240%. Whoa, okay. Oh, and okay, so... Oh, that's why I fought him. That's right. So, you actually have to fight that vampire in order to get one of Bhakti's parts. So there you go. That's why I was chasing him around. And there's a Libroscope. And I think this is the mark. Oh, did I get a preemptive? That would be awesome. Yes, I did. Nice. This battle is actually a very, very good candidate for a mostly commando paradigm. So either like like a Cerberus or aggression is a good good paradigm to use here. Now Relentless did just fine. I think we destroyed everything fairly quickly. Yeah, that went really well. So that was a 5-star. Alright, let's see what we get here too. A Giant's Glove, alright. I think that's one of those goofy like resistance to deprotect or debrave or something like that. But anyways, alright, so I am actually gonna cut this commentary because it looks like I must run up here and then just save. Which I shouldn't have done. I should have gone back down into to the right back there into the I think it's called the abandoned schoolhouse. But anyways, hope this guide was helpful, and hope you guys join me for more. Alright, thanks for watching.